When you want to see how the world was, you have to be in Europe. And when you want to see how the world will be, you have to go to Asia.
What was your perception of the US like before you lived there? Is there anything that you would change or like want to improve about your country? I've been in Europe for the past year, and whenever I tell people that I'm from the US, I always get one of two reactions. First is why, as in, why would you leave the US to live here? People find it very strange that I would prefer to live in Europe compared to the US. But then the other reaction is it dangerous? And I have to say that that's a response that I didn't used to get 10 or 15 years ago. But in the past few years of living abroad, people have been asking me more and more about safety in the US. So here in Amsterdam, I'm going to walk around a little bit and ask people their perception of the US and its citizens. What is your name?
Van de Boogaard. Ida.
Ira. And you're from the Netherlands? Where are you from originally?
I was born in Amsterdam.
Oh, born and raised.
Yes.
Wow.
But I don't live here anymore.
Where do you live now?
In the east of the country.
And have you ever been to the US before?
Once I was in New York.
Oh, yeah? What did
Yes.
you think of it?
New York? Oh, wonderful.
Yes?
Yeah.
What would you say is the perception here in the Netherlands of the United States?
Oh, different like before.
Different.
Yes.
Conservative country.
Conservative country.
Yes. Yes.
What would you say was the turning point when it changed? Like your perception, did it change from positive to negative?
The circumstances with Trump, and that's kind of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by conservative, in which ways?
Point of view of abortion and AIDS, LHBTQ.
Zero tolerance.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think that that's too strict?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how would you describe the lifestyle here in the Netherlands?
Oh, it changed also.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm 75 and in the years back after me, it was comfortable. And now it's changed a lot.
As more expensive or more crowded?
Everything. The way of...
In the city, very expensive. In the east part of the country, it's less expensive.
Yes, very expensive here, I've noticed.
Yes. Yes, but I was born here and I love always this town, this city.
Well, since you're from here, do you have any recommendations for us as visitors? Is there something special that you think everyone should see here in Amsterdam?
Well, for me, it's just being here because I know every place, every market, every canal, every street. So when I'm here, just all of Amsterdam is good.
Just the
It's
atmosphere.
Yes, it's just a feeling.
Well, thank you so much. Have a safe
Thank
trip.
you.
Bye. What's your name? So we can hear that.
Richard.
And were you born and raised here in the Netherlands?
In the Netherlands, yeah.
Have you been to the United States before?
Yes.
Where?
I've been in New York for several times. I made a trip from Washington to Miami. And I made a trip on the West Coast, California, San Francisco, Los Angeles, San Diego.
That's where I'm from, Miami. And what did you think of the U.S.? What were your impressions there?
Well, it's a very big country, so there are a lot of impressions. East Coast is different from the West Coast. My last trip was from Chicago to Miami through Louisville and the Midwest, and that was a little bit sad. It wasn't the time that Trump was president, and I had a bad feeling about that. Poor people, pessimistic environment. So since then I haven't been back.
Really?
That's a year. Yeah, but it's because of Corona, of course.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about going back again to the States, but it didn't happen yet.
Do you feel like there was a noticeable change in the attitude of Americans when you came back the last time?
No, not the attitude of Americans. Because when you're a traveler, you feel welcome. That's no problem.
Yeah.
It's just your own observations how the country is. And this area was different from the East Coast or the West Coast. It's the Central of America is different from both coasts. That's what I discovered.
Yeah. And where else have you traveled to?
Oh, I travel. I'm retired now, so I travel a lot. You're lucky that I'm in Amsterdam because
Oh, yeah.
I'm not much here last years. No.
What is your favorite country? Can you pick a favorite?
My favorite continent is Asia momenteel. I'm just back from 3 months in Vietnam and Cambodia, and well, I like Asia very much because my experience is when you want to see how the world was, you have to be in Europe, and when you want to see how the world will be, you have to go to Asia.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's like the future of Earth.
The energy and the dynamics and the most people are there in they are going up, and here it stays the same or you go down.
Interesting.
That's what I feel when I am in those countries.
You feel like the West is on the downward trajectory?
Well, because they are passed by especially the Asian countries like China, but also the smaller countries like Vietnam or Thailand is very dynamic. Indonesia is very dynamic.
As a traveler, how do you fit in when you go to countries that are so different from yours? Do you ever feel culture shock, or how do you adapt to these other places?
I don't adapt. I just go there and I don't feel. Of course you feel you see it, you experience you're in a different culture, but that's no shock. That's very pretty. It's very nice.
Yeah.
And I'm traveling alone, and I'm not very much in talking to people. I'm looking. So that's what I do, and that's very interesting. And to be a watcher, to be a spectator.
I agree. That's what I do.
Yeah, here in Holland.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah.
And for people who are coming here to Amsterdam specifically, it's a very international city. Do you feel like people from other countries can really integrate here, or is there always a kind of a division between locals and immigrants?
Well, that's very dependent on where the people come from. Yeah. When you're an American or a European from Western European or Australian, then there is a lot of common ground in the cultures from all these cultures in America and Australia. They come from Europe, and that's what the language is no problem because everybody speaks English. But when you come from Africa or from Asia maybe, then the gap is bigger, I think, and then you hear stories that it's more difficult to integrate.
Thank you. Have a great travels. Bye. What's your name?
My name is Davinia.
Davinia?
Davinia, yes.
Davinia.
Yes.
And where are you from?
I'm from Utrecht.
Oh.
Yeah, so not Amsterdam. Yeah.
I was going to go there this week, but it's been raining so much.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
The weather was not that nice, no.
No, not at all. Have you ever been to the United States?
Yes, I've lived in New York for 1 year in 2005.
Have you lived in any other countries as well?
In Aruba and in Spain as well.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
What inspired you to live in other countries?
To experience other cultures or other societies for longer than a couple of weeks when you're on holiday.
Yeah.
To experience more about yourself as well, and to meet new people. Yeah.
And how were your experiences? Do you feel like you achieved your goals in that respect?
I think so. I mean, you never know what would have happened if you would have not gone to those countries. But I do think that it has opened up my mind, my view on things, a view on myself, that I can survive wherever I live. And that it's so nice to see how people live and interact and work in different countries.
And did you go by yourself?
I did, yeah. I went by myself, yeah.
Me too. Female travelers, solo female travelers.
What are you doing in Amsterdam?
I just really like it here, so I usually come here a couple of months per year.
Okay.
But
Where in the States are you from?
I'm from Miami.
Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you miss the weather, I think, or no?
Yeah, I'm going back tomorrow.
Okay, for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, for Thanksgiving.
That's nice.
What was your perception of the US like before you lived there, and then how did it change once you lived in New York?
Well, my perception was of holidays because I went on holiday there, and also, of course, of movies. It's a beautiful country, that people are super nice and work hard. And what I realized when I was living there is that they definitely do work hard, and sometimes like even harder than people work here in the Netherlands. Like they have 3 jobs sometimes to support themselves. So that was something that really surprised me, that like maybe sometimes life can be really hard there, harsh. Yeah.
A lot different than it looks in the movies and
Exactly.
TV shows.
Yeah, definitely, yes, yeah.
Did that experience make you appreciate more the social services that are here in the Netherlands?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I just came from a documentary from the ITVA, and it does say like, okay, every country has its corruption or things that are not going well, but mainly you feel quite safe here if you lose a job, you have a support system. If you're not able to work, you have a support system, and it doesn't feel like you have that there. So yeah.
Yeah, I can concur that we don't really have much of a support system there. That's why I spend most of my time in Europe, even though I'm not part of the tax system and the healthcare system. I just feel safer here.
Yeah.
Did you feel like the U.S. has gotten less safe when you were there compared to Europe? Did you feel like it was dangerous at all?
No, not really. I mean, you have to be careful everywhere you go. And a week before, I think, or maybe a month before I went to the States, some person stole my bag from me, like ripped it off right in front of my house. So I mean, and in the States nothing happened. So it's just it's just a matter of being careful. So I don't feel I didn't feel unsafe there. No.
Do you plan on living in any other countries in the nearby future?
Not at the moment.
No.
I'm happy in Utrecht
Yeah.
right now. Yeah.
What
How long you're staying here?
I've been here for about a month,
Okay.
and then I go back for Thanksgiving, and then we'll probably come back in the spring.
Okay.
I'm freezing.
Good thinking. Yeah.
What advice would you have for people that are thinking of living in another country, but they're a little bit intimidated, let's say, or uncertain about it?
Take it one day at a time. When you arrive, you feel you might feel lonely and misunderstood, but it does take some time. And if you are open to experiencing new people and new culture, then it might even surprise you and enrich your life. So yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Davinia.
What are you using this for?
My YouTube channel is called Traveling with Kristin, and it's
okay.
a lot about culture and living
Okay.
abroad. What's your name?
I'm Sasha
And where are you from in Belgium?
from Brussels.
Oh, okay. And are you just visiting Amsterdam?
Yeah, we are just here for a trip of a weekend. So it's a cool city.
Yeah. Have you ever been to the U.S. before?
Long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I was 10 years old.
Oh, okay. What would you say that the perception is among Europeans about the U.S. right now?
I don't really know because when I was in the US, I was so young that I don't really remember what is life and what is the difference between there and here.
Right. What would you say are like the biggest differences between the lifestyle of Europeans versus Americans?
Chill.
It's more
I
chill
think
here.
Europeans are more chill
Yeah.
than Americans. That's my point of view.
Yeah. I would agree. I think
Okay.
the lifestyle is more relaxed here than the US. What are some of the best benefits of being from a country like Belgium? What kind of like social services do you guys
Yeah.
have?
The social security is really cool, and the price of university also, because it's the same amount for everybody, and it's like an acceptable amount regarding America or UK or other country.
Yeah. Why should people visit Belgium?
because Belgium is beautiful. There is good beers there, more than 1,000 beers. There is a lot of beautiful city, also other than Brussels, like Ghent, Liège, Antwerp. And Brussels is also the capital of Europe, so there is a lot of tourism and a lot of things to do. With friends, we go out all week to dance and do some things.
Yeah. I've been to Ghent and Bruges, but not Brussels yet, or Antwerp, so I'll have to go. Yeah, what do people like to do there on the weekends? What is like a typical of the culture there?
Party, meet friends and just go drink and then dance.
Awesome. So, who has better French fries, Belgium or the Netherlands?
Belgium, Brussels
That was-
French fries are the best one.
That was a trick question. All right. Well, thank you so much. Have a great
You're
Sunday.
welcome. Thank you also for the interview. Bye.
What is your name?
My name is Lois.
And where are you from originally?
I am from Haarlem, a small town next to Amsterdam.
Okay. I haven't been there yet, but it's on my list.
Oh, you should. Yeah, you should. It's really nice.
And are you just hanging out here for the weekend?
No, I just came from work. I'm working at the theater Carré.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it.
And the ITVA is there right now. So I've been working there.
What would you say is the attitude towards like American tourists, for example, who are coming to Amsterdam? Is it very welcoming, or are there any stereotypes that people have here?
Oh, I think that's a good question. I think the stereotype of tourists in Amsterdam is that they go to a lot of coffee shops.
Yeah.
I've been traveling a lot myself last year, and everyone was saying to me, "Oh, you're from Amsterdam. Well, you must go to the coffee shop a lot." But that's not the case.
Yeah.
But I think some people in Amsterdam are a little bit fed up with tourists, but other people, I think especially younger people, are finding it really cool and interesting, and are really welcoming also the American tourists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been to the US before?
I have, yeah. I've been to New York twice.
Oh, everyone's been to New York
Yeah.
that I've talked to. I guess it
Yeah.
is a popular place to go.
Yeah, it is, and yeah, it is, and it's also for on the good side for us, because otherwise it's a lot more traveling.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And how did you like New York? What was your perception of the vibe there and the energy?
Very good, actually. Yeah, very alive and very big and busy. But I really liked it. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Did your experience there match kind of your preconception of the US before you went there from TV and movies, or was it different?
No, it matched my perception.
Yeah.
Yeah, and kind of. Yeah. Everyone was very nice and welcoming, I think. But maybe New York is not really a good representation of the whole of US. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if that's correct, but
Yeah, like it is and it isn't, because it has so many people there, but also it's very unique compared to the other cities. So it's like everyone's represented, but then because of that, it's very unique
Yeah.
as well.
all right.
Could you see yourself ever living in the US someday, or do you prefer the lifestyle here?
I prefer the lifestyle here. Yeah. I think for me it's a bit too far away from home. And I actually prefer Latin America.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What about Latin America?
Well, last year I traveled through Central America, and I really liked the vibe there, and the salsa dancing and the music and the nice weather, and the people are very nice. So I think it's more like a summer vibe. So like Central America, Latin America has my preference.
Yeah. I used to live in Costa Rica, so I can relate.
Oh, nice. Yeah, then
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, then you know.
A lot of people ask me, because I'm from Florida too, and I lived in Costa Rica. They're like, why would you come here? Because it's so cold and it's so rainy. But I really like the lifestyle here. I think it's very like laid back and very welcoming and very safe as well. What would you say are your favorite things about living in the Netherlands and being from here?
Well, what I really like is that it's diverse. So I really like the beach, but I also like nature. Like the forest is more in the east part of the country. I like that it has many possibilities for a job, for example. My family is living here, so Haarlem is really a nice place for me to have a bit of both worlds. It's kind of small, but I'm in Amsterdam in like 20 minutes, and I'm at the beach in like 20 minutes. So yeah, I like the diversity of the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would change or like want to improve about your country?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it can be more equal so that we are really welcoming everyone. And that the amount of money that people are making is a little bit more equal because we are earning a lot of money in the Netherlands. I think it's a very wealthy country, but still there's a lot of people living on the streets, for example, or small families with kids that have a lot of issues. And I think it's good to spend a little bit more attention to those people as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one last question. Do you think that it's possible for people from the US and other countries to fully integrate here into Dutch society? Or do you think there's always like a line between like locals and Dutch speakers versus foreigners who speak English?
I think it really depends on where you go as when you come to live here. But I think in the beginning it's kind of hard. Yeah, a lot of people in the Netherlands speak English or American, but I think to really integrate, it's kind of hard. Yeah, because I think like when I was traveling last year, I was in Central America and everyone was together. So it really didn't matter where you came from, everyone was together. And I think when you come to the Netherlands, you are a bit more apart from the Dutch people. The Dutch people are more together. They stick together. Yeah, it's easier, to speak your own language. So I can imagine it could be a little bit hard in the beginning. Yeah, but once you meet the right people and you come to the right places, I think especially in Amsterdam, then it will be fine.
Yeah. I know. I always feel bad when I'm the only one who doesn't speak Dutch, but any Dutch words that we should know besides lekker?
Yeah, lekker is a very good one. Leuk.
What's that?
Leuk is nice.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
everyone says, oh, leuk.
Okay, I'm going to start hearing it everywhere now, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a good rest of your Sunday.
Good luck.
Bye. Well, everyone was really nice here. Thank you to all of the kind people who stopped to talk to me, standing out here like a crazy person on the sidewalk. I thought it was nice that they all thought so positively and highly of Americans and of our country, and even that they had a lot of empathy for really the reality of living in the US and how difficult that can be and how hard we work. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe, and I have lots more videos over here talking to locals in Dublin, Ireland, and Belfast. Just ask you a couple quick questions. Oh, okay, no problem. Do you guys live here? But that's okay. Oh, you can